Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Hello, everyone. I am Katie Pedrick, as I was joined by the author, David Fiorazo. In case you didn't know, there's this shiny new book out here, and there are words in there, too, to read. But it's called Assault on the Image of God, and it's written by this guy named David Fiorazo.
Yes.
Would you like to tell me about said book,
Yes.
David Fiorazo?
First of all, it's still available for pre-sale, and that's at Amazon.com. But it will be available for everybody on November 29. That's like 4 days. What's today?
The 28th.
Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. So tomorrow, forgive me,
Math.
tomorrow.
See, he does the words, not the numbers.
Anyway, and the ebook, so you can get that online on Amazon. And you also get a copy of the paperback. And there's 2 events coming up real quick. I'll be doing one in Green Bay and one in Appleton at Freedom Project. The first one, December 7. If you're in Northeast Wisconsin, mark that on your calendar, December 7 at Freedom Project Media. And you can get a tour of the Worldview Matters and the Educated Studios. So thank you. Thank you for the plug. Check out the book, please.
And even if you're not in northeastern Wisconsin, road trip.
Oh, but it's going to be online, actually,
Oh, that too.
Freedom Project is going to be streaming that live.
Well, that's excellent. And on top of that, on top of being an author, you also care about the matters of the world. So what did happen today, this morning on Worldview Matters?
Worldview does matter, Katie. It really does. So Scott Lively, he's a pastor. He's an enemy of the Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm serious. He's on their hate list. So we had him on, great conversation with him. We talked about Israel's historical, irrevocable right to the Holy Land. So great topic today on Worldview Matters. You can subscribe, worldviewmatters.tv. You can get one email in your inbox on Fridays.
Excellent. And just one more quick reminder before we get going here. If you enjoy watching videos that are not censored, so anything that we put out, which is censored, well, let's get it so you can actually see it. Head on over to our Rumble channel by going to rumble.com/Freedom Project and give us a little follow. Now, on to things that matter of the worldview as well. We have yet another male swimmer who has broken a college record after deciding, you know what? Why don't I just compete as a female athlete? And then I can break all the records for female sports, even though I'm a male.
Okay.
David, it's another tale.
Yes, and Riley Gaines was all over this, but a biological male swimmer in New Jersey at a college now identifies as a female. He switched to the women's team to compete, and what do you know? He broke a school record, Katie.
Stop. How did that happen? I didn't see it coming.
There he is.
Megan Cortez Fields.
I'm surprised. A lot of people are getting censored for just saying what I just said. I looked at the photo, read the story headline, and said, there he is, because I said that, which is, first of all, true in God's creative order. God created mankind, male and female. And then biologically and scientifically, DNA, that's a male.
Yes.
But if you say that now, some people are getting censored for simply pointing it out. It is an astounding delusion that has taken people captive.
Well,
this philosophy.
Yeah, no one is watching us right now because I'm sure we've been censored because you just said that.
I hope not.
I guess we can just sit here for the next however long. And
we don't need to get into details. Okay, we will. So he was competing for the men's team for 3 years.
So this is a new thing you're saying, David. This is not since I've been 4 years old, I've been a female.
Yeah,
and I was in the wrong body. And
I always believed in
the
deepest recesses of my being that I was a girl.
I've always been female. No. 3 years, I'm a male on the swim team. And now, I'm female.
There he is. Yep. So Megan Cortez Fields won first place and broke a women's school record in the 100-meter or the 100-yard butterfly. And he, can't believe the article says she, but he also came in first place in the 200-yard individual medley against girls, and earned second place. Someone actually beat him apparently in the 200.
Probably so tired.
200-yard
Probably
butterfly.
did back-to-back races.
So the original post of Megan's achievement was deleted by a peer who wanted to protect their teammate from insulting comments on the post. That's someone told Fox News.
This is the part that it makes me laugh. So the college is what, Ramapo College, I guess, in New Jersey.
Ramapo. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Probably pronounced it wrong. It's okay. It's gender identity. That's what they care about. Yeah. So there was a social media post, as you said, congratulating, and then all of a sudden it got taken down, and so everyone's like, oh, maybe they realized that they shouldn't have done that. No. They came back. The college came back and was all like, oh, I know this looks like maybe you think that we are not supporting Meghan, but we are. It says the college recognizes the deletion caused some speculation, and they say it was the removal was centered around empathy and compassion for our fellow member of the college community, and we give the full support. And they've been checking in on Meghan since this post got taken down.
Checking in.
But
making
checking
sure
in on
she's
Meghan.
In her safe space. His safe space, sorry.
And the teammates, though, to ensure that they have the resources and supports that they need to manage the attention and cope with the public vitriol. I guess we are a part of that public vitriol for pointing out the truth.
I feel bad for those other girls.
For sure. But this is the college's response. Just encapsulate everything that is happening with this generation of college kids and how they all need to have something wrong with them or something special about them for them to, I guess, feel anything. So they need the supports and resources to manage this attention and coping with it. How about you just don't look at social media, or you just don't deal with whatever it is that this post once said, and now they have to cope with the fact that they're no longer in the limelight? Is that what this whole attention thing is about? That's what gets me. It's like, why, if a post got taken down, why do you have to cope and need resources to struggle through it?
So I want to point out, thank God for people like Riley Gaines, who is using her platform, because she was first robbed of, there it is. She was robbed of a swimming championship, and but now she's in the spotlight. She's fighting for female rights, true women's rights. Anyway, she posted on Twitter X, the college swimmer in New Jersey goes from less than mediocre male swimmer to a record smasher competing against the women. Where have we seen this before? Hashtag save women's sports. Now, Riley Gaines also pointed out a tattoo on the swimmer's arm that appears to depict a woman with male genitalia. So you can't have it both ways, Katie. That's a little confusing. She says, how can you see this tattoo on his arm and not think this is a hyper fetished, sexualized movement? As a Christian, I believe we are all made in the image of God. Thank you, Riley Gaines. And this is a mockery of that.
Yes, it is. And it is true, because everything that we always see is in these stories of like, me, I believe that I'm a male, or if I'm a male, then I believe I'm a female. It always is hyper sexualized.
Yep.
And it is fetishized. Like if you get an entire tattoo like that on your arm, you have something going on upstairs that isn't quite right. The need to have that present on your forearm at all times. Something about that.
Well, the APA was right before they were forced to change their diagnosis in 2013. It is a mental disorder, and they were right years ago. But anyway, we've got to move on. In the wake of the abysmal way Harvard has failed to address anti-Semitism on campus, some of the college's most prestigious alumni have pledged to not only donate $1 for the unforeseeable future, but let's see if money talks, okay? We'll be right back.
Well, no funding for the last school is what I should say. The last school we just talked about, they should get no funding. We should defund them, right?
Yeah.
And now, in this instance, we have a little less funding, at least for one school that deserves a lot less funding.
Okay.
And that's Harvard Yard, right?
So far, so good.
The university that once was. I'm calling it Harvard. The university that once was. And now it isn't. So let's all take a little time travel to a whole month and a half ago at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Remember back in October when Hamas decided we're going to attack Israel. We're going to murder thousands of Jewish people just because we can and we are evil.
Yeah, and murder is now just too tame a word to describe fully what happened, but go ahead.
Correct. Yeah, so I'm just trying to summarize this. Yeah, good one.
Yep.
And then at that same time, like within days, the Harvard students cried, Hamas and Palestinians were attacked by Israel.
Israel is
That's
the
what happened.
occupiers.
They're the occupiers, and it was so
We
bad.
need a safe space
And
here.
so more than 30 student organizations actually signed an open letter, because that's all we can do is sign our names to things. It was a useless statement, and it condemned Israel as being the aggressors. Israel is at fault for Hamas murdering thousands and thousands of innocent people. So yeah, that makes sense in your mind too. Now it's a month later. Here we are in November, and the alumni of Harvard are letting their voices be heard as well. And they had an open letter. And more importantly, that letter comes with the lack of a checkbook. So they have a pledge called the $1 pledge. And it's an open letter to the Harvard Corporation. I love how little jabs. These are alumni. These are not just me and you off the street who are mocking the elites, Ivy Leaguers. It's like, no, them. Dog eat dog. They're eating themselves, right? So they have pledged, many of them. When I looked, there was nearly 200 donors or petitioners on that. Will not give more than $1 to the university for the foreseeable future. Let's take a look at it. We have Harvard, before we get to that though, Harvard alumnus and Pershing Square CEO Bill Ackman actually posted his own letter. He did his own letter.
Good.
To Harvard President Claudine Gay on X/Twitter, Twitter/X. And in his message, he condemned not only the statement by the student groups, but also the rise of anti-Semitism on campus. And it said, "Never did I think I would have to write a letter to the president of my alma mater about the impact of her actions and inactions on the health and safety of its student body in order to help catalyze necessary change." And so then this letter was made, as you saw, and it says, it opens with, "We are all members of the Harvard community, and each of us values our affiliation. It has been said that places, like people, only prosper if they are loved, and know all of us love Harvard. We sign this pledge, committing to donate $1 and no more to the university for the foreseeable future, not in anger, but in sadness and in hope." David, what are your thoughts on that one? Harvard?
Well, I think Harvard has definitely gone the wrong way. And once they rejected truth back in, I think, 1836. Remember, their logo used to be Truth for Christ and the Church, a three-part in a banner there. They removed Christ, who Jesus is the truth, the way, the truth, and the life. And then they removed the church and ecclesia. Now they only have truth, veritas, right? But now they say, you can have your truth, we can have our truth, and the media tells the truth, and the university system, K through 12, and academia tells the truth. No, they don't. So yeah, we're in a lot of trouble because there's propaganda off the charts. And on university campuses, it is the most telling because these young students think, some of them really do believe this. They think that what they're saying, what they're hearing about Israel, they think that's true. They have no idea about the history. They have no idea about the facts, let alone what the Bible teaches about this. So,
and that's because the truth is they don't think. That's what it comes down to. They think it's the truth, but the truth is they don't think. Mull on that one for a while. Now, according to the letter, it also says that Harvard has changed in ways that have made it unrecognizable to us.
Yep.
When living up to its ideals, Harvard fosters healthy disagreement but demands decency. It's a place deeply imbued with a sense of moral purpose. Well, it had been. It had been. And it's not that anymore to them.
Well, define moral.
Yeah. But Harvard's response to the Hamas terrorist attacks on October 7th revealed that the university has lost its way. Many questions of right and wrong are hard, but some are easy. Raping women is evil. Torturing and murdering children is evil. Filming those heinous acts to glorify the perpetrators, humiliate the victims, and bring further pain to the families of those harmed is evil. And so alumni rightly point out the truth of what is going on and has been going on for a month and a half now, and honestly years. But Harvard's like, what? There's nothing wrong here. The president actually responded after reading this letter, or at least being told about it. And she's like, oh, hey, we are committed to doing the hard work to address this scourge of anti-Semitism.
Right.
And she wrote out a whole plan.
Here we go.
And here's what it stipulates. La, 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 la. The Office for Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging has convened
Oh,
several
wait a minute.
community
It's
support.
DEIB.
They have an extra one in there. Hey, it's Harvard. They get belonging in there as well.
Okay.
Back to it.
All right.
Has convened in several community support sessions over the past month in collaboration with Harvard Hillel and Counseling and Mental Health Services, and a newly formed Inclusion and Belonging Student Leadership Council has broad representation, including from the Jewish community. Yes, David, there's more. In addition, we have been working to increase education around anti-Semitism and Jewish history. The Harvard Heritage Month work group voted unanimously this year to include both Holocaust Remembrance Day and Jewish American Heritage Month observations as part of the official university-wide calendar. They had to just squeeze it in there around Pride Month, year, forever and always. They just jam it all in there.
Boy, that's going to be difficult to squeeze that into Queer All Year.
Exactly.
Get something about the Holocaust and Remembrance Day. So that's the solution. Give them a day on the calendar. Don't change the propaganda and the narrative, and don't fight the lies,
and we'll just
and don't refute the lies.
We'll just do that.
Let's give them a day on the calendar.
Why
at
not?
Harvard.
All right. Well, still to come. We have a new survey that's finding small businesses are losing interest in hiring those candidates with those pieces of paper called 4-year degrees, which are actually like 6-year degrees at this point. Instead, they're opting for real-world experience rather than years of liberal indoctrination, like Harvard. We're going to talk about it next.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED. Educated. Support this show and a great American company.
As we learned in the last story, no one should be hired if you've attended Harvard in the last 10 years or even more. So it looks like no one's going to get hired anywhere, though, if you're a small business owner, because they don't want your piece of paper that tells them that you went to a liberal university and sat in a classroom for 4 to 6 years and came out the other end with 0 to nil, maybe little to nil actual skills that could be used in the job. We have a survey, I guess, that was done by Red Balloon, Small Business Index, Public Square. It was the Freedom Economy Index is what they called it, but here redballoon.work and Public Square kind of joined together to do this whole survey, and they were able to get responses from 905 small business owners, and they found that the small business owners are dissatisfied with the state of higher education. Some 67% of participants responded strongly no, 24% of participants responded somewhat no, and that's when they were asked whether they thought that higher education institutions were graduating students with relevant skills that today's business community needs. So no is the answer. 0.3% said yes. Somewhat yes, 5.6. We're talking not even 6% of these small business owners think, yeah, college kids actually have skills. That should terrify you.
I'm glad they did this survey. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I mean, this kind of thing. I mean, one employer that interviewed these students said they don't show up to an interview. Work is too hard. 9 to 5 is such a struggle. And another one said the talent shortage will just get worse because high schools and colleges produce no talent. One more, Katie.
Preach on.
One more.
Preach on.
One more. Another employer said experience cannot be replaced with education alone. And another said at this point, listen to this, a small business employer, I'll take one with talent and imagination who didn't look at their phone in the last 20 minutes. Well, how are they going to hire someone under 30 then?
You can hire someone under the age of 4. They have the best imagination and hopefully don't have a phone yet. So let's take here's the question. Is college even needed? Is it needed? Now, the question that was asked was, do you prefer a job seeker who just graduated with a 4-year degree or someone without a degree but who has worked in your industry for 4 years? And these small business owners are like, yep, give me the person, strongly saying we want the person who has 4 years of actual industry experience. 70.8% are saying strongly. Somewhat say 15%. You're looking at 86% 86% are like, give me the person who doesn't have that piece of paper, but who has actual skills.
Yep.
The ones who disagree, or like, I guess, want the degree, who want the college, somewhat or strongly, you're talking 2.6%. That's ridiculous. Like,
2.6.
2.6, either somewhat or strongly, or like, give me the person with the piece of paper. Hey, kids, mom and dad, everyone, listen up. They're telling you what they want. Go out there, get experience. If you don't know what you want to do with life, if you don't have a specific college degree that you're seeking, don't go to college. Go get experience.
Yeah,
go work. Find
hard.
what you're really good at.
I mean, there's definitely a lack of work ethic that's gone down in the last 50 years, 25 to 50 years. But work hard. You probably have some interest and skills that you can develop on your own, or doing part-time jobs, or doing whatever you can, internships. But I like what this one guy said. I only care about skills. If you ain't got the skills, you ain't got the job. And then
you think that's how they act? You think it's someone?
I'm
from
reading
the South.
into it a little bit.
He's reading into this, okay.
But only 10%. Okay, 10.2, right? 10.2% said they were somewhat more or strongly more likely to hire a candidate with a 4-year degree. I think that is one of the headlines here. About 10% of employers said they were more likely to hire, only 10%. So 90% do not agree with the fact that they would hire a student with, or a candidate with, a 4-year college degree. So apparently they're not impressed with what's coming out of college, Katie Petrick.
No, there's nothing good coming out of college except a lot of college
Well, there are
debt.
some good things. Don't ask me what they are, though.
Oh, okay, that's
that
what
was just
I
a
thought.
flippant statement, just to.
Well, here. I won't ask you that, but I'm going to ask you something else.
Okay.
How much do you love Christmas movies?
Ooh, don't get me going.
All right. Well, we may have the dream job for you this season, as there's a company out there paying thousands of dollars for just one lucky person to sit there curled up with a blanket watching the Christmas movies. And we're going to tell you how to apply after the break.
If you have a smartphone, tablet, Roku, or Apple TV, consider downloading the Freedom Project Media app. It's 100% free and includes all of our weekly shows, plus lecture series, archive programs, and award-winning animated videos for families like the Presidential Minute, Battles of America, and Heroes of the West. Don't rely on the social media giants to keep you informed. Simply download the Freedom Project Media app from your app store and allow notifications. And we'll let you know when a new video is ready.
All right, so CableTV.com is looking for a chief of cheer to watch 25 Christmas movies in 25 days on a variety of streaming services. In return, you will receive $2,500 cash and a year subscription to Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Max, Apple TV, and Hallmark Movies Now. They're assuming people don't have any jobs or lives or family to do this, right?
Well, that's the thing. The person who's going to get paid to do this has to have the time to do this. And apparently, I bet there are plenty of people who are applying for this one.
Off the charts.
Not me, said I.
So should we look at some of the movies, Katie?
Why not?
Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh,
Can I put you on the spot?
Yes.
We did this last year, I know.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Always and forever. It's where my comedy comes from. Well, maybe not there, but
where
it's
is
the Newell Post? I mean, there's just so many
well, where
good ones.
is the #1 Christmas movie of all time on your list? Where is it ranked?
I don't even know.
Of course, I'm referring to It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I know. You're going to talk about it.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
The
Christmas
movie that I still have not seen, and David just...
Wait a minute.
Is this...
You've not...
I've never seen it. I've seen
How
the
can
clips.
we go on and talk about any other
I'm sorry.
movies?
Is it on the list? Did
Yes,
it even...
it is. Yes, I checked.
Of
Otherwise,
course.
I would not do this segment.
Some of these things on the list, I mean, again, the Die Hard, again, I haven't seen that one either, but the debate, is it a Christmas movie or not? But the
Die
one right
Hard.
above Die Hard, they put is Bridget Jones's Diary, which, I mean,
What?
I love me some Colin Firth, let me tell you.
All
But,
right.
I mean, it takes place kind of in Christmassy time.
So-
but Polar Express, we watch it like every night. Even during the summer, we rant. My husband likes to put the movie on because the train.
I find people have a love-hate relationship with Elf.
Oh, it's the 20th year, man.
Yeah, it's some people just hate it.
Celebrate.
Other people love it. The Grinch, with Jim Carrey's version, Home Alone, Miracle on 34th Street, The Santa Claus, and it goes on. But I guess CableTV.com offers their suggestions of classics, but they also, I think, you can choose some that you would like to watch Christmas movies, apparently. But 25 in 25 days?
Yeah, all you have to do is watch a movie a day, which some of you people probably watch way more than that in YouTube
that's
shorts
easy for a lot
than
of
you
people.
do even in movies. So
Where
it
do I
is
sign up?
possible. Yeah, so you can try this out. You have to be signed up online now through December 1st. They're going to select a winner on December 5th, which I guess means you maybe would have to do 20 movies a day, but then 5 days you have to write 2 more if you want to get all 25 in there. Timing, hello. So you have until Christmas, and all you have to do is kind of like review them and talk about it. Pretty easy gig, but
a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving could be in this category of Christmas movies.
well, they have it in there, so
Yep.
you can watch that. You probably already watched it this last week, right? All right, well,
A Christmas Story.
oh jeez, boo.
You don't like that one?
We have a LED lamp in our window.
Did your husband get that?
Technically, I bought it for his parents, and now it's in our window. I don't even want to talk. You know what? You put your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, don't forget that you can catch Educated on the go by subscribing on your favorite audio podcast platform. And of course, don't forget to download the Freedom Project Media app. Now, for David and myself, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting this show. Until next time, stay educated.